Oh, he's not mine.
Oh, you're right. Tim called me. You're right.
I'm not even gonna look to see whether he has a valid license. So hope for the
Oh,
best.
no, thank you.
Your Honor, before we get going, I mean, my nose could be off, but I would suggest we do a PPT on Mr. Hellman before we start.
Autumn?
Well, I think the guards have their, they have one.
Yeah, let's do one. All right, let me set this one aside. Mr. Holloman, come up and have a seat with your attorney. This is file 234830D, People versus Curtis Wayne Holloman. That's you, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, good morning. We've met several times. This is the time and date for sentencing in this matter. Daniel Friesen has prepared your screening report. He recommends that we do a PBT before we start, see what your current alcohol level is. He didn't just fall off the turnip truck. He's very experienced. I think he can smell alcohol. So let's see what we're dealing with before we proceed. Daniel, why don't you take him out and get a PBT? The last gentleman we just did, you saw it was 2/8 at 8:30 in the morning, so it's not unprecedented. So I don't know. Obviously, if you're over 0.08, we can't do the sentence because there's a presumption that if you're intoxicated, you don't really comprehend everything that's going on in the proceeding.
Well, Your Honor, this is, I'm definitely gonna pass this one.
All right, well, good.
I'm very confident, but the fact is since I've been here plenty of times, I have been drinking a lot. The day that this matter happened, so I look back on it, I couldn't really, through like my anxiety and the way things are, I don't take the medication because I'm against like all that crap to try to settle me down. So I drink to calm down. I've had a lot of things happen since last time and been here last time. And
Well, we call that self-medicating, and
exactly,
it's not an effective medication, especially when you end up crashing into somebody's house. So you're lucky you didn't hurt yourself or kill yourself or somebody else. But I'll ask you the same question. How did you get here today?
I drove.
All right. We'll see what we got here with the, if you pass the test, that'll be good. We can just go on with, try to figure out what to do.
I have a friend that's noticing my, I get, after work and just to like self-medicate basically, that he has already sent me messages and places in Kalamazoo to go get.
Are you staying in are you on Edward Street in Kalamazoo?
Actually, that is
Why don't you step out with a bailiff here? I want to do this on camera and we'll get us. I can smell the alcohol from here. I'm assuming it's him. So we'll see. Let's step in on this.
It's not me, Your Honor.
Do I know it's
Trust
not
me, I wanted to go home and have a glass of wine, but I couldn't even, I barely got my shoes off.
Well, I know you had a hearing in Coldwater this morning, so I knew you were gonna have trouble getting here, but we made it work, so.
Thank you, sir.
alcohol spilled out my hallway. It could be what I'm smelling. I just wiped up a whole bunch of the big gallon alcohol, but he
Oh,
blew
my-
zeros.
Oh, very good, very good. Well, I can smell it from here, so
Yeah.
maybe it's,
Maybe it's what, maybe because I put that sanitizer on my hands, and maybe that's what you're smelling is
Yeah, because we
sanitizer.
walked in the door and you walked by me, I could smell it.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't have thought that it was all over the counter.
all right, very good, Mr. Holloman, that makes me pleased. All right, so we got through that. His PBT is 0.000. There was an alcohol cleaner spill in the hallway and also maybe hand sanitizer in here, which is why it smells like alcohol. But it's not this defendant. So this is file 23483OD. He was confident he wasn't gonna have any result, and he was right. This still is a tough case. The defendant crashed his vehicle into the side of a house. And is struggling with alcohol, which he was starting to talk about. And Rhonda, what would you like me to know?
Well, he just moved back here about a year ago, in 2022 to be near his family and his son specifically. He still has a past support obligation to the state of Michigan for the Medicaid benefits that the child was under when he was under 18. So he's trying to whittle that away. He's trying to maintain employment. He indicates that, you know, he realizes that he's been self-medicating with alcohol, and he wants treatment, he wants help. He doesn't want to lose his job. He would like the court to give him an opportunity for probation. We understand that the recommendation is that he would not be successful. I mean, I have no idea if he would be or not. I just know that he is indicating that he would like that opportunity and he would like the court to consider that. And I'm not sure if the court would consider that as an option or not. But he certainly is hoping that if the court did give him jail time, he could arrange a time to turn himself into the jail and or have work release. Thank you.
Where are you working? I didn't think you were working.
I have not went without a job since I've been here.
All right, where do you work now?
I was with FBM. We were delivering, last time I seen you, I was with them guys. They weren't paying me enough. They're treating me pretty low. And there's people ready. They find people jobs. They're nationwide really, but I'm really, really close to people that work there. I actually help other people get jobs and get away from the drugs and stuff. Like I told you in the first place when I got here. And Tracy, we're pretty close actually. And so is Jill and Art, but and they check on me every day. But the thing is I told them about my job, and they're like, just tough it out, man. I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna have anybody treat me this way. So of course, one day at FBM, I quit. Like after I seen you like the last time, and I went right back because we were delivering to the new courthouse downtown, and now I'm working in the courthouse, taking care of everything inside there. And that's that SPC or whatever I gave you. That's the company that runs that. They're building that big courthouse right there.
In Kalamazoo or in Three
Absolutely.
Rivers?
Kalamazoo. That $300 million.
Yeah,
building.
they're behind schedule on it. They had a fire and they had some other problems.
Absolutely.
All right.
We'll be there till at least December 4th, but for right now too.
All right. Can I see what you've got there? Rhonda, regarding his employment?
Oh, I was just trying to find it in the probation report. It seemed like there was a paragraph about it, but he hasn't.
He's got it in here. He's working as a subcontractor through SCP Construction.
SCP.
But I'm not real confident about that.
It's Hasselhoff is actually where it goes through. They're like, it's like a third party thing for the liability and all that.
Do you have a paycheck stub in your car or anything with
A
you?
stack.
So go and get him.
All right.
The paperwork he's looking for, he does have their business card with a contact number.
That's Tracy. I can do this.
All right. The live feed is still on. I'm gonna stop the record for a moment. Hopefully. Your credibility is somewhat in question. That day you told us you were on the way, you were on the way, you were on the way, then you told us you were in the parking lot. None of that was true. I'm gonna find out whether
It wasn't ever.
employed, so just sit tight. All right, we're back on the record in file 23483 SD, Curtis Holloman. I had my staff contact people ready and they did know Mr. Holloman. Apparently it's a temporary staffing agency and said Mr. Holloman is assigned to the courthouse project. So even though he doesn't have any receipts, the person that answered the phone says that he is employed there.
He was able to pull a sum up on his phone. I do have, I don't know if the court wanted to see the check stub. I guess he gets paid by the day. I had that up on your phone. I don't know where it went.
Well, they confirmed that he's there, so
Okay.
I guess that's sufficient. All right, Daniel, you had quite a strong recommendation here. He says, well, for one thing, he's got quite a lengthy criminal history. His most recent drunk driving was a long time ago. He had some charges pending. He had a domestic assault here in May, which he hasn't finished paying on. In fact, I don't think he's made any payments since a while. And he said this is all effing ridiculous and he wants to just get it over with. Drinks a beer or two on weekends, which is different than what he acknowledged here today. You basically say, I want to do with a guy, I want to give him the maximum sentence. Do you want to elaborate on that?
Well, yes, Your Honor. When looking at his criminal history, it was quite a few years ago, back in 2008, his last OWI. But if you look, he also had a liquor consumed in public in 2012. And when you look at this history and look what his general demeanor with both the court and this officer regarding not making sentences, his vernacular when he's talking to this officer and describing the whole situation, how he feels about it, the fact that he hung up on me and said he would call me back, that he couldn't speak to me any further. He had other things he had to do and he never called me back. I guess my attitude is, well, I guess I don't need to deal with him either. I think what he's realizing is the days were a little bit more than he thought when he came to court. So now he has this 11th hour reformation desire. That's just my gut instinct. I don't have a crystal ball. I think he would benefit greatly from services, and I think he definitely needs to reform his drinking. I don't think he's admitting that he has a drinking problem. He says today he does, but I think currently with his past behavior and attitude with his court dates and stuff like that, I think it's a little bit more show than substance right now behind that. But I guess we could see. Often we say the jail's always there. But with his attitude that he took with this officer, especially when he hung up and couldn't talk anymore, I had a hard time saying that he would be productive in probation and really wanted to avail himself of any services. So I'll leave it up to the court. Obviously, I will do whatever the court orders. I did speak with Mr. George this morning. There is a $259 reimbursement request from the police for accident with blood draw. $255. And he says there currently is no restitution from the homeowner. He was going to check in with him, so I would ask that we would hold him restitution. Mr. George and myself are thinking that the damage that was in the report might have been more like yard damage than actual hitting his house. He says he doesn't know any more than I do, and I said, well, it wasn't very clear what he actually hit or did not do. It did say that it alluded to the victim being on the phone with insurance, but insurance is going to pay for yards, so I just asked the court to hold on any restitution.
Mr. Honor, I do want to just say that I think the house was not hit. I believe it was just yard damage.
Well, the dispatch, the police report said the car had run into a house. And then the report says stopped in the front yard. The driver's door was open, the airbag had been deployed, so it hit something.
I believe the curb might have caused that because he said all his tires were flat or
The home,
several.
yeah, it isn't clear. At that point, Douglas goes straight across Millard. And this was Douglas and Millard. But Douglas jogs over. It comes at the light by Harding's. And then at Andrews School, is also in a school district. It jogs to the left and then it continues south past Immaculate Conception School and church. So it isn't a straight street. And you cross Millard, and I don't think that's the first time people have done that. However, you only have a block from Michigan Avenue to there to get up to speed. Fortunately, nobody was hurt, and you weren't, but you were pretty upfront that you were drunk and didn't make any bones about it. The prosecutor reduced this to a impaired driving. Your result was a .181.
Your Honor,
Yes?
my house was 3 houses when it goes through the school, the stop sign right there. It had rain in the morning and it snowed in the middle of the day, so everything was ice when I stopped right there. It's a front wheel drive little car, and that's what I went through. And I wasn't, I was like,
Well, I remember that house. That's where the domestic violence incident took place.
around the corner.
So yeah, I know the geography there. This was March 16th, so I'm not sure what the weather was like. I don't really want to do a probation. You're kind of in the same boat as the last guy. You say you want help, but you've done 0 since March. AA's free. There are other things available. But apparently you are employed. So I'm going to do a 60-day, 2-month probation. Can I have that card back? We're going to make a copy of that so we can.
You can actually have it. I got more.
All right, thanks. 2-month probation, non-reporting.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, 30 days jail, 32 days jail, credit 2, leaving 30 days to serve because you've done on weekends or work release. The reason I'm doing a 2-month probation is if you don't do what we ask you to do regarding weekends or work release, we can alter the sentence. I'm still not 100% confident you're actually working here, but we'll find out. There's a $300 fine, a $75 crime victims' rights fee, a $50 state minimum fee, a $100 screening fee, $150 attorney fee. There's no probation oversight fee. There's a police reimbursement of $255. That's a lot of money. Drinking, driving is an expensive proposition, and you're on a payment plan. You missed your September payment, although I think you made June, July, and August. On the domestic assault case, 300 plus 75 plus 50 plus 100 plus 150 plus 255 equals $930. As a PR bond, that's due in 6 months. And now that's $25 a month. If you want to get some help, I guess you can. While you're on this short 2-month probation, you can't use any alcohol or any controlled substances. It's either going to be 15 weekends, which is a big hassle, or a work release from the day reporting center.
So what is this?
Well, you're going to go with the probation agent. We're going to try to schedule weekends or see if we can set up work release. You ask for work release, your attorney asks for work release. You apparently are working.
In Kalamazoo.
Yes.
So I gave you 32 days in jail. Would you rather just do it up front and get it done with?
No,
Okay.
I did prison for 7.5 years. I'm like, I stopped taking medication because because of how I am talking to you right now. I mean, I'm like, you don't understand.
Yeah.
Not good, dude. I did that for my kid for 30 days because he's the one that punched me. That's what made me mad. And then somebody's trying to put something in front of me and I'm always trying to work on my life.
All right. Well, I think you do need to do that. We're going to start out with some forced sobriety weekends. All right, Daniel. Best of luck there. The open end talks.
Thank you, Aaron.
For the other case. All right. We have a full afternoon, starting at 1. We'll be